Quick video to illustrate the IR off-grid field kit that I've put together. IR being impulse response. Natural reverb is captured, broadcasted through this little amplifier. A sweep, which is a full spectrum frequencies that go out into the environment, and the stereo microphone picks up and records that environment and puts it into a file where people can use it and put it into their own music. All these environments that I record in with Adventure Recording will be available to people so they can put their own stuff into, you know, if I go into a culvert or a barn or a little canyon or something like that, I will capture that environment with IR, impulse response, and the software will convert the files and I'll be able to share that. A lot of research and testing has got me to this point. Essentially, it's a very simple kit. As far as the microphone goes, it's the ribbon microphone, stereo, and I've created a little windsock, a little Zeppelin here, and it really does help, and that is another story how I built that. The battery amplifier, and we've got the interface, which is just two inputs, which is really all I need for the microphone, and the preamp, which is brilliant. It really does match that microphone, and the battery pack runs the whole ship, and that's pretty much it. It's IR, impulse response, and I'll be able to offer this to people, and this is a really exciting thing, and more. And I'll be able to, you can put your dialogue in these natural reverbs, and your music, your voice, whatever it is, your creativity can go through the environments that I go out to in the field. And this is really the basic little kit, and it'll go into one little bag in a suitcase, and off I go. I can hike with this and find some places, so I'm pretty excited. Okay, I'm doing the first field recording for IR Convolution, making a reverb, and it's down the road at some friends of mine that have converted a barn into an event/music space. Got a little stage there. It sounds brilliant. I've been playing some drums there off and on for a couple of years, and the drums sound incredible. So I'm going to ping it. There's a PA set up. It's perfect. I think it's a perfect place to start this process. And so this place will be available in due time to put into your DAW as its own reverb. So here we are. We're going to the barn. Always the question of where to put the mic placement. I'm tempted to go up into the mezzanine and put it up there. The speakers are in the middle of the barn pretty much, and I can pan them around. The barn is 40 by 56 by 28 high at the peak, and I guess that's the dimensions that I will write down. There is a small little room that's tucked away, but I think that would be part of the sound. The barn, and really using my ears in a way that I'm actually enjoying the process of trying to figure out where the slapback is in this nice big barn, and I think I might find a cool spot in this little room off the side. All right, full disclosure here, I don't really know what I'm doing, except I've been using my ears as I'm walking around, and I'm going to try putting the mic on a bit of a 90 degree and try and capture the peak and a little bit of the floor reflection as well, with the speaker still off to the side. And I won't know until I get home and start putting stuff through it and experimenting, but I'm going to take a whole whack of these just so I know and label them such. I think right here. I'm panning the speakers on the board and in the room, and I've got the microphone right in the corner there, and we'll see how this works. Okay, I'm back home and it went really well. There was a couple things that I will do differently next time, like making sure the right and left balance is not too heavy on the right or left. It was more of a visual thing because you can't hear back. So, but I got a few really good sweeps. Using a drum loop that I just put the R88 in front of the kit and just did a basic beat. And the first example that I'm going to give you is from a test that I did in the airstream, and it's just the drums in the airstream, the IR in the airstream. So it's what the drums would sound like in the airstream. And the other examples are in the barn, and I used that same drum loop. So there you go. The files, bit of a challenge trying to figure out how to convert them into WAV files, but I did do that from the impulse response utility from Logic that you get when you buy Logic. So that's what I've been using to record all this stuff. And mixing wise, I bought Waves IR1, and it gives you a few different examples for the software, and it's great. So I just converted to WAV files and just basically loaded into the plugin, and there we are. So here are the examples of the drums in the airstream and then the drums in the barn.